deep thinking. Hello, my name is Brannagan and welcome to Brannagan's Thoughts, episode 11. And today is the first special episode. So, the special episode is talking about religion and science. So, some kind of heavy material, pretty serious topics. And what I say is what I mean. Some of it may seem like I'm joking, but this is so. I have my paper on so I won't forget and get off topic and ramble. Okay, so this is a heavy topic. Okay, so with religion. Okay, first I should probably tell you what I believe in. And well, I guess I was kind of raised Catholic, not really, just Christian. I don't know, there's a bunch of Methodists, Baptists, I don't know. To me, I don't know, they're all the same. I don't know what, but, so, Christian, I guess, but with, like, anyways, so, this just popped into my head one day while I was working. So, I kind of fear for my generation. We're getting up there in the years of, anyways. So, first topic, we're going to talk about, the second coming of Jesus. Because we're getting pretty far into the future, and I think eventually it's going to happen sooner or later. So, okay, talk about the second coming of Jesus. What made me think of this? Well, it's getting closer to Christmas. Wait, did I say the date? Today's December 11th. December 3rd, 2014. I don't know if I said. Anyway, so it's getting closer to Christmas, and in choir we're singing the song "Oh Holy Night," and there's a lyric in there: "Long lay the world in sin and error pining." Just think about that. It's just like, got me really kind of thinking about. Well, it got me thinking about what it really means, and think about Bible, Jesus, God, and all that. So. Got me thinking about Jesus, and that got me thinking about Jesus' birth, which got me thinking about Easter. Okay. So, talking about the rapture, I'm all like, do I want to live and see the rapture? Or do I want to be raptured? I'm assuming I would probably, being raptured is a good thing, but I guess I'm like, well, I'll get to see Jesus in the flesh and blood, but I guess when you die, seeing Jesus is an option for you. Well, I guess he will, or could. I'm like, do I even know what I'm talking about? Do I even know what I believe in? But, so I guess that would be bad if you're not raptured. But, and get to witness, like, blood and brimstone, hell coming up. So I'm like, do I want to see Jesus come down and rapture everybody else and not me? And see what all happens, or die long before that happens, or get raptured when he comes down. Okay, so I guess what happens when you stay on Earth, you know. Alright. What happens when you die? This what I think what happens when you die. For me, I'm a type of person that needs answers for everything. And I kind of put the pieces together, I think. Okay, I think when you die, I think the Grim Reaper comes and uses scythe thing, I think. Anyway, and takes your soul. So, you know, you're dead. And then the Grim Reaper takes your soul, and then I think your soul, or whatever, floats up to heaven, and you're waiting in line at the big golden gate, and you kind of wait in line. Eventually, when it's your turn, I think God shows you your life. Like you actually just like watch your life, and He points out the good parts and the bad parts. Oh, you did this, you did that. Ooh, that's bad. Explain for this situation. So I think you actually just watch your whole life, and then, or maybe just highlights. I don't know. And then He shows you your life, and at this point in your life, you did it. You know. Then you'll feel really bad about yourself that you did all these horrible sins and stuff. And then, anyways. So after God shows you your whole life, He then sends you back down to earth, and then at that point you become a ghost. Meanwhile, He's up in heaven judging your life and pretty much trying to decide where you go, heaven or hell. And so, meanwhile, He's deciding where you go. You're a ghost until He decides where you go, whether that be heaven or hell. So you become an angel or a demon. So you're a ghost on Earth until they decide where to send you and judge. So I think God and the court system of angels are all around Him. Oh, he should go to heaven and be with us. Oh, go down to hell for doing that sin, this sin. God, look at all the bad things this person did. So, kind of scary stuff right there. And then, okay, so, what about all the other religions who don't believe in, that believe in other gods and or don't believe in Jesus as their savior? What what happens to them? Do they just go to hell? Or even though their God or gods are pretty much the same thing as a Christian God, because I mean, like you look at the Greek and Roman gods, they're pretty much the same gods, just different names. Same thing with the Egyptian to Roman and the Greek, and like that are they all have one God, but all the different religions have their own version of this one God. Or they believe in the same God, they just don't believe in Jesus Christ as the Savior. So what happens to them? Do they all go to hell? Because in the Bible it pretty much says the Ten Commandments or something. No, not I don't know. Don't believe in another false god. So I guess they go to hell. Okay. Do animals have souls? I think I I think I want animals to have souls, but I understand why they wouldn't have souls because, you know, it's a circle of life and I think there's much more animals than there are humans, but that shouldn't really have to do with anything. You know, I like the circle of life. Lion King teaches you a lot of good, important, just fundamentals of the way life is a circle / cycle. Everything rotates and anyways, so you know, animal, you know, like the lion kills the gazelle and eats the gazelle, and then the lion dies and then becomes grass for the antelope, or for the gazelle, antelope, gazelle. So, do animals have souls? Because, like, well, what I think heaven is, I think you go to heaven, and there's, like, the main portion of heaven, with all the clouds and everything, everybody walking around and having a good time. There's that portion of heaven, but then you could go into your own, I think, well, American Dad did this pretty good, I think. Okay, so there's that heaven, you know, everybody's hanging out doing their own thing with other angels in the clouds and whatnot. But then you, whenever you're done hanging out with them people, you could go into your own personal heaven and go to any point, anywhere in the world, any place you want. If you want to be on Mars, you can be on Mars. If you want to go to Paris, you never got to go to Paris, you'll be in Paris. If you want to go back to, you know, when you were a kid, you would go back. I think you have your own personal heaven. You could make and pick and choose what do you want to make out of it, and it could be just your imagination. Use your imagination to create this own personal heaven, and it's just like, you know, I want my dead animals to be up there in heaven with me, my dead pets and stuff. Would that just be something we created up in heaven? Or would that be the actual animal's soul? Like, is it something we just created out of our mind and we just created it? Or that's the legit actual soul of the dog or whatever. So, do animals have souls? From what I hear from other people, I don't think I think the majority of people think that they don't have souls. Like, then again, I consider freaking bugs and insects animals, and I don't see why they would have souls. Sorry, bugs and insects. I don't think you have souls. So, but like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like you look at a dog. Do dogs have thoughts? Do they have a conscience? Well, you know how we speak and talk in our head? It wouldn't be English words up there. I think it'll be barks or something. Because I think animals do have emotions, like, you know, I think they feel sadness and whatnot. They don't just live off instinct. They have to have thoughts. There's a reason why dogs wag their tails when you talk to them. And they're like little kids, basically. Okay. Okay, another thing. Is heaven, is that in the clouds? Or is it in space, somewhere in the cosmos? Or is it in a... I'm not saying... Well, I'm not saying it's another dimension. But is it something similar to, like, another parallel portal, like, parallel, like, dimension? Is it another dimension? I mean, I don't think it's possible for us to actually get there without dying. Like, where is it all around? Is this heaven? Is it like comparing heaven to the camera, Mom. I'm talking to the camera about deep stuff. Let's see. Is it in the clouds, space? Is hell underground? Is it? I don't think we could actually dig. I think you gotta go through a portal to get there or something if it was possible. I think you would, kind of like from the movie Super Mario Bros. When they go into a cave and they fall into Mushroom Kingdom. Something like that. If it was possible, but I don't think it is. Let's see. So, is it underground? Is it another dimension or something? Okay. I believe in some things from the Bible, and others, I hate to offend you guys, but I think some were made up. I mean, they were living in the Middle Ages or whenever, in the old and ancient times when they wrote this, and they had nothing else to do, so I think some of it, yes, is true. Like, everything about Jesus, I think that's all true. But other things, I think, were A, made up, or B, they stretched the truth. What I envision, what I envision, what I'm reading is different than what other people. Okay, onto the science portion. But still kind of relating back to the religion portion. Okay, I think science and the Bible are one and the same. I think humans evolved from apes, but the first humans were Adam and Eve, if you get that. Like, I think the dinosaurs were real. I mean, not to offend anybody, I don't know how, like, certain religions are, certain believers of God don't believe in dinosaurs when clearly there's fossils and facts say it existed. See, that's where I'm getting at. Like, that's why I believe in some of the Bible and some science, like, so, but I do think, honestly, I think science and Bible coexist. I think you gotta read in between the lines. I like it's pretty okay. So, on to more sciencey, weird stuff. From watching documentaries and Ancient Aliens, yeesh. As far out as Ancient Alien is, Ancient Alien is pretty weird and kind of stupid, but as far out as it is, I think it has some truth. So here's some deep, weird kind of process, deep thinking, mind-blowing. I think, well, some scientists say that humans are evolving and in the future people would have big eyes, and so our eyes are getting bigger. I think it's from just, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, look at all the technology we have, and we're kind of like, putting on our phones, and staring at them. I mean, this phone, I don't think does it justice. I mean, the smartphones, the whole phone's a screen. And we have tablets, so I think our eyes have to get bigger for us to adjust to freaking just the technology, and we stare at computer screens hours on end, so that's why our eyes are getting bigger and our heads are getting bigger. Like, so and so I think, honestly, eventually we are going to become the Greys. I think we are going to become the aliens. Because, you know, the old, like the classic looking alien, they're gray, big head, huge black eyes. I think we're gonna end up evolving into aliens. So, that's weird. So we're gonna be evolving into time-traveling aliens. Thus, ancient aliens. Yes, aliens built the pyramids. Do I really believe that statement? Maybe we should look into some more research about that, but yeah, sometimes on ancient aliens. Yeah, it's an astronaut. They were building a spaceship. Okay, but on some things, ancient aliens and documentaries and stuff. So, and my brain putting the documentaries of us evolving in ancient aliens together, I think we are going to evolve into aliens. And after all, we are gonna leave Earth sometime. If we don't take care of it. So that's some interstellar Wall-E kind of things going on there. But they say well, there's a bunch of different ways that the world's gonna end. We could blow ourselves up, freaking natural. But here's one theory. So, in a faraway galaxy, a sun's gonna explode, causing a supernova. But so eventually, it all just blows up, but then it like shrinks down, and the remainder of that sun, like the inner small like core. So that's going to be the real danger. That's going to go zooming off into space and messing up orbits and having planets crash into each other and sucking up planets. And it's going to be sending all these, eventually it's going to reach our solar system, which would be really bad. I don't know if you knew that. And it's going to send asteroids hitting Earth. And from this documentary that I watched, once the asteroids start hitting Earth, there'll be small minor ones. That'll give us like 75 years left for us to build a huge space station and select the people to go and send the people on and also build a spaceship. And they're probably going to have atom bombs blow off for it to send the spaceship and leave a bunch of people left behind on Earth. But anyway, so they're going to send the spaceship, and it's going to take a bunch of years until we reach that new planet that we could repopulate on that new planet. So that's, I don't know, our sun may blow up, so I think, you know, out of all the planets out there, you're telling me there should be thousands, hundreds, thousands, millions of planets like Earth, and you're telling me there's not even one? I mean, there has to be. Like, space is infinite. It goes on forever, so we know. I don't think you'll be flying along and just hit an invisible wall. But you could go to another dimension or find God out there. Who knows? Heaven. But as we know, it goes on forever. And what was I talking we gotta find a new place to live that'll take care of this one, and I don't see us taking care of this here Earth at all. So it's just like, I think my generation's gonna have to deal with clones, robots, maybe freaking evolved humans that are actually aliens, or aliens that are actually evolved humans would come visit us. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking, what's gonna cause Jesus to return for, the world is gonna be full of sin. Like, there's a reason why we had Jesus in the first place. There's a reason why Jesus was born and died on the cross and resurrected. Like, there's a reason. I don't know why I'm going out of focus here. There's a reason why, well, I think it's really blurry. Anyways, there's a reason why we have a, so I'm starting to think, what's gonna cause Jesus to come back? Will it? I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime, but not too long after that. So I think this is what I think is gonna happen. I think, honestly, the United States practically owns this here Earth. I think the United States pretty much dominates over the other countries. China and Russia, they're close seconds and thirds, but like, we like to stick our noses where it doesn't belong, but like, so I think it's gonna be this here great country where there's gonna be some sort of dictator, maybe not a president, but a dictator. Somebody's gonna come in and take out all the Christian churches, maybe probably all the churches, just blow them up, and then so the world's gonna be full of sin. Like, I don't know, this dictator's gonna make a law towards praying to God and whatnot is evil and bad and breaking the law. And then I think and so the world will be full of sin simply because there won't be any churches to go to. So I think that's when the world's going to be really crooked and evil and just bad. And then that's when Jesus is going to come, I think. That's what I predict. So, to be honest, kind of think about, the Jurassic World trailer came out, and you kind of think about, humans playing God, and, to be honest, I'm okay with humans playing God. I say, if we have the technology, we might as well use it, just not abuse it. Like, we could clone people pretty soon, or I'm pretty sure we can. I say, if we can do it, I think we should do it. Because I think we should do it just simply because we can do it. Making robots, and I think eventually one day we will make a robot that has feelings and emotions. And I'm okay with that. That's cool, great for robots, Maybe not so great for humans in the long run, but I think if we did have a mosquito trapped inside some amber from 65 million years ago, and we can make dinosaurs, I think we should just learn from Jurassic Park, take out the bad things that went wrong in the movies, in the movie's, story and plot. Take all those things out. And then I think we could have a Jurassic Park if we had a mosquito that was trapped in amber, and we could get the DNA from a mosquito, and we could have dinosaurs. Like, I think honestly, if we had that mosquito with the blood of dinosaurs, if we had that mosquito, we could play God and make dinosaurs. I think that's Jurassic Park. Watching that movie. That was what, made in the 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, like 90s, and it's just we could, I'm pretty sure we have the technology if we had the mosquito to play God. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think I don't know, I could see the United States having civil wars. Another civil war. I think, honestly, one day in the future, we're going to have a king or queen, probably King Earth. I think there's going to be a king of Earth. I think all the countries are going to get together. Well, world peace, that's impossible. We can't stop bullying in high school because, well, on side note, bullying, I hate bullying, but it's just like, you do it, I do it, we all do it. We all mentally judge people. So we all judge people on that. And so there's no way we could stop bullying, which we can't have world peace. That would be great, but I think all the countries are going to get together or kind of communicate and kind of work with each other. Or the very vast majority of the countries will. And we will have, we'll have King Earth up here, and then the President of the United States and all the other countries, all the rest of the monarchies and kings and queens and the presidents and stuff underneath the king / and or queen of Earth, of planet Earth. I think somebody's going to rule the whole planet, but I think it's going to be a democratic kind of Earth, kind of world, where the people have, the people pretty much have the power, but the king kind of brings out the power. So, but science and religion, some deep stuff here. I do deep thinking. I always constantly think about the meaning of life and the purpose of life. I think they're two different things. And so I hope you I'm not trying to convince anybody's beliefs or convert my beliefs to yours. I'm just stating my opinion, and hopefully you see that through. I hope you enjoyed this special Brannagan's Thoughts. So Brannagan's Thoughts, episode 11, religion and science. And thank you for watching, and see you next time.